Jen from New Hampton. She's the mother of one of the residents out there.
You have a son out there at the Abbey Center?
Yes, Colin's been mentally ill for over a year. He's been in and out of group homes, which Michelle Dole thinks these people can go to group homes. Colin has failed in a group home 4 times. And that means physically being handcuffed and restrained by a sheriff, not going by ambulance. Every time he gets into these hospitals, the hospitals only treat him and keep him catatonic until his hold is over. Then they release him. That doesn't mean he has a cure for what's failing him. It just means they're waiting for the legal hold to get over to where they can put him out in the community. Then again, you go back by in the sheriff's car anytime he has a break. Colin has been sent to MHI, where we were told MHI is only a stabilization unit. They only stay there short term. When Colin became stable enough, Colin was able to go to the Abbey Care Community Center. We fought them. We wanted him to stay in the state hospital. We were told by the state hospital that the Abbey Care Community Center can give more aid and more of everything that Colin needs, including physical care, talking to counselors, a social worker, better staffing than the state hospital can give him. They told us it would be 6 months before Colin would return to where we could actually talk to him. The Abbey Care Facility Center did it in 4 months. I have my son back again, and now they're about to take that away from him. What time frame they've brought him back? It's just incredible what this center does. And Lynn County has no clue that they're going to have to go to Davenport or Ottawa or Des Moines to get their mentally ill treated. If you go anywhere on a Friday night to be admitted to a hospital, it could take you up to 4 days to find a bed anywhere in the state of Iowa.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that guy at the Luke Hospital said that when Anamosa closed, that caused problems enough. When this is closed, it's going to be almost impossible to have source anywhere from the hospital. So, we found out about this with the New Communist Party of America. We wanted to get the workers together and the patients and the families together to fight this. And that's all we can do is fight this together. And I call on the workers at Abbey Center. They better fight for, their patients' rights and their own rights. But if they're too afraid to do it, I'm sorry, but they shouldn't. They're union members. Get their union to do something. That's what we're going to do. So, we're all just workers, and heck, the workers should be running the damn place. They know how to run it.
You have a lot of workers that want to support this.
Yeah.
But they don't want to speak out. They have families to take care of. They need to have their income. They need to have their retirement, and I understand that. Family members need to come forward, but they're also being told if they want their loved ones taken care of, then they need to be quiet and let this process go through.
Yeah.
There is currently a list by DHS that's supposed to be placing every member of the Abbey Center, which the Abbey Center didn't know about until I told them on Friday, that there is a list by DHS where everyone is supposed to go. Colin was supposed to go to the Highland, which is in Ottawa. Without family knowledge, that was where he was supposed to be going. The Abbey Center also didn't know where he was going. This was by the Inspector General's Office. Mental Health told me that's where my son was going, and I didn't have a choice, and I didn't have a legal ground to stand on.
How old is your son?
He just turned 22 today. Today's his birthday.
I guess I do have something. Yeah, President Danny Holman, Council 61 asked me, your statement on this is totally inadequate. Making a political football of it, the Democrats and Republicans, they're both responsible for this $800 million surplus that's not being spent on the needs of Iowans, that's being just held in bank accounts or trust funds. There's plenty of money to spend on mental health care and streets and roads in Iowa. Let's spend it. And so that's why we're standing up against both the capitalist political parties and their dereliction of duty. And we hold Danny Holman. I think you better make a better statement on this than just saying, well, it's a regrettable affair. You better fight for the workers' jobs, fight for the patients, fight for their families. That's what I expect of you. I'm an ASME member, and I demand it of you.
Lynn County doesn't know. I'm telling you. The people do not know.
Where is Ottawa then? Where's that located?
Ottumwa. I say Ottawa. Ottumwa.
Yeah.
That's a scary place. My cousin was there.
I thought you were.
I didn't like it.
The very French place in Davenport is got the governor's Branstad seal of approval. He just gave them an award. But if you go to the job site, how many people they are hiring, you would fall out of your chair because they don't have adequate staff like the Abbey Center does.
Yeah.
I have never gone there and not had all of Collins needs men at any time, day or night. And even now that everybody's starting to take leave, they got to get jobs, and I don't blame them. They still have total staff there. It's just incredible. And Jackie, the assistant director, awesome. She doesn't want the center to close.
So why do they want to close it?
Because they lost their Medicaid. Branstad took it away from them.
Yeah, Branstad didn't want to accept the Medicaid from the federal government. He wanted his own conditions on it. So he spent all his money to reorganize things and have fewer units and so on.
Well, no, the Medicaid only cover 11-bed facilities. That's it. So anybody that has over 11-bed facilities does not.
You would think with all the mental health stuff going on around the country and the shootings
Your
and
problem
everything.
is because, like, when I called Connecticut to ask them to help support Iowa, their exact words were, Connecticut's constituents do not care what happens in Iowa. Our nation is going to fall apart just because of that statement.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Do not care. And I told her, when Colin ends up dead, I'm going to remember your name and I'm going to thank you for not helping. So I took her name and her phone number and what news channel it was, because they refused to help. Connecticut is also the only state that reversed their decision to do this redesign, and now we're keeping their PMI and mental facilities open.
Really?
Children have to die for us to change our minds?
That's
well,
sad.
They're closing the mental hospital in Fort Madison.
They're dead.
Yeah, and
They
then
closed it on Monday. They put all of them back in general population as of Monday morning.
Well, there was a story about Mitchellville, the women's prison. People there have mental illness, and they're talking about building mental.
Well, the prison probably causes a mental illness.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's only the mental health care.
I've heard horror stories
Mental health
about
care
that
in the
place.
United States is in prison, because more than 60% of people in jails and prisons are mentally ill. And
well, Iowa City's new big thing is everybody that's on the ped mall is going to be arrested and fined now. And a lot of them are homeless veterans that have mental illness. So if I'm a homeless veteran and I want a hot meal, arrest me. I'm going to pee on your door so I can have a hot meal and nice bed for the night.
louder,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I would be violating the law just so I can have a warm bed to sleep at night. It's just ridiculous.
I've thought about that as well. I mean, crazy.
My community is, when they found out what the governor's office and DHS was trying to do to Colin, they went straight to the magistrate. We filled out paperwork. We did everything just to keep Colin safe. So Chickasaw County is the only county keeping the residents safe, making sure that they go to facilities where parents can see them. And they're willing, like I said, if he has to go to a facility that's far away, they're going to pay us to go see him. Not as often as we want, but they will pay for us to go see him. That's a township in a county you want to live in.
Yeah.
And I posted it on Facebook. They have a for sale place on our Facebook page where you can sell anything. And I posted what was happening. I've never had so many community members say, I remember Colin walking around town, I want to help, what do I need to do? And that's just incredible. The CEO and executive director of Casey said if Dan would fill out the paperwork, they would sponsor the Abbey Center. Dan's refusing to do so.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding.
Dan Holder?
Yes.
Holder like Eric Holder?
Stoller.
Dollar?
Stoller, yeah.
How do you spell that? Do you know?
I have it in my little red book.
Well, David will get that spelling to me. What the guy that's responsible? She said the CEO of Casey said he would sponsor.
If he fills out the paperwork, they consider sponsoring the Abbey Center.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to. He doesn't think there's enough time to do it. I think more corporations like Pepsi, Cedar Rapids,
They should.
Well, it shouldn't be a charity thing. I mean, they heard, like you say, $1 million.
It's going to happen to where one of these people has to have one of their loved ones fall to mental illness. I would love for them to walk in their footsteps. Joan Becker has been outstanding to me. I did a plea in their newspaper for Joan Becker and Jan Thomas to come forward and talk to me, and both ladies did. I don't know if you know who those are. Jan was the wife of Ed Thomas that was killed by Mark Becker. Mark
Becker's the one that had mental illness and killed that coach. Okay.
That's Ed Thomas. Ed Thomas's wife has contacted me and has been so supportive. And then Joan, Mark's mom, called Kim Reynolds and said, we need to have a talk. Kim Reynolds called her back and said, this is a disaster. What can we do? So our own lieutenant governor knows this is a disaster. They're not talking about it. It's like the darkest, deepest secret to have mental illness. And we're finding out the more we get Colin with family members and out in the community where he's safe with us, the faster he's coming back. It's just incredible how fast he's come back. And that's the Abbey Center told us to do that. Take him out. You'll see the warnings. They tell us. You'll see the warning signs on Collins when it's time to come back. They're just incredible there, and we're about to lose that. You know, what other facility is going to give him that kind of care? I mean, they've been incredible, absolutely incredible. Just even the treatment with him has just been. I mean, they brought him back. I mean, he was barely talking when he left. You know, MHI, and MHI did a fantastic job of getting him stabilized. But when he got to a certain point,
can I ask what his
MHI
diagnosis is? Is he?
The state will or doctors will no longer diagnose him, because once they diagnose him, then they have to actually treat it. And then there's something you can go off of.
So they won't even diagnose him?
They won't even diagnose him anymore. So, closest we got is the doctor at Abbey said he probably suffers from schizophrenia, which is a very scary mental illness.
Well, I have a friend who goes out to the Abbey Center when he has breakdowns, and he does suffer from schizophrenia. He sees dragons, and he really sees dragons.
Oh, we've had that.
I worry about...
Killed all his friends and killed a social worker and told us exactly how he did it, where he buried the body, and how many stones he put on the grave. And swore he did it. And no, he didn't.
Thank goodness.
No. He's never heard anything. The only person he ever heard was one of our residents. He ran into the garage and started pounding on poor guys that had no clue what the hell was going on. And luckily, the biggest guy there that Colin had attacked, ran across the street to his house, and his mom came out and said, "Don't hurt him, don't hurt him. I know this young man. He walks around the neighborhood all the time. Don't hurt him, don't hurt him." And then she said, "That's his mom." And then I told him, "Just tell Colin you love him. Just tell Colin you love him." And you know, he stepped back and said, "Colin, no matter what," he says, "I'm going to get you the help you need because I love you." Colin fell to the ground screaming, help me, save me." And that's when the police showed up wanting to shoot him. Our police officers have no training. I mean, we had one officer show up, that was city police, showed up first and told...
Cedar Rapids?
No,
oh.
This is up in Chickasaw.
Okay.
Told Colin to turn around, and he was like, "The whole world's going to fucking burn." And the officer, "Turn around." And he's, "Fuck you, you're going to die too." The officer said, "Turn around, turn around." Colin wouldn't turn around. I kept telling him, he doesn't know you, he doesn't recognize you as authority. The officer told me, "Stay quiet, this is a dangerous situation." Like, "He's my son, I'm not in any danger, shut up. You need to calm down, you're making him more upset." The officer told him to turn around again, and Colin said, "Fuck you," and he started coming closer. And the officer grabbed his taser to shoot him. And that's when the sheriff showed up and slapped the taser, out of his hand and said, "You need to stop. You're handling this all wrong." And the officer said, "You know what you're doing. He's a threat to society." This is one of my favorite words, threat to society. And, my officer, the sheriff opened up the door and said, "Hey, Colin, let's go get ice cream." Colin walked over to the store, sat in the sheriff's car, closed the door.
It's amazing.
They went and got ice cream. Yeah, my sheriff took Colin, before he took him to the hospital and we met him there, I asked him what took so long. He said, "I promised Colin Dairy Queen." We got Dairy Queen before we went to the hospital. He went and bought him Dairy Queen. Because he knew it calmed him down, But he didn't even have him in handcuffs. He said he didn't need him after I told him we were going to go get Dairy Queen. For Colin's trigger to bring him back his food. But you're going to have a gun hope, there's only one Lynn County sheriff here that can deal with mental illness. And all he does is transport. All the rest of them, they're going to kill him.
Gosh, I hope not.
Yeah, they will. If they don't listen, they'll talk to him. If they don't listen, they'll tell them they're going to taser him. And if they're that psychotic, a taser will not stop a psychotic person because their brain waves are not connected. They don't feel things, and they're going to attack whoever's attacking them. And then the next step is shoot to kill. And you got these idiots that don't give a crap. So one mentally ill person dead, who cares? It's not their family member, they don't care. That's what I'm dealing with. And a lot of these parents don't want to come forward because, my mom's very well-known diehard Democrat, and she said, "Don't you be on the news today?" And I was like, "If I'm on the news, you're going to know it, because I'm going to say I'm proud of my son. He has fought so hard to come back, and I'm proud of that." But, no, it's scary. Being out in that facility, those people they don't know what's going on. None of them have left yet, so I think when they start leaving, they're going to start having problems with the rest.
Now there's an Abbey outpatient center here too, that's with the Lynn County Public Health, so, they didn't...
Yeah, Dad gets to keep his job.
Well, here now,
yeah, you don't put them in danger because they have no residential facility to send them to.
the Cuts have their own lodge.
Well, that's what we're hoping to become one is in Waterloo. It's called EPI. When their patients become too unstable, if they're having a neurotic episode, where they send them to the Abbey Center. Now they have no idea where they're going to send them because there's a 1.5 year waiting list just to get them in MHI. The only way we got Colin in MHI is our magistrate threatened to sue the MHI to get him in, and she got him in. We've got a great justice system where I'm at. my magistrate cares about her community. The sheriffs, not my police officers, not my local police officers, but the sheriffs up there, they care what's going to happen.
Well, obviously, Lynn County doesn't.
No, they don't. They don't.
How about Barrow?
I talked to him when Colin first moved down to the Abbey Center. If he gets loose, don't shoot him. Give me time to get down there. Keep him contained. Don't hurt him. And they were like, we will do everything we have to keep the public safe. I'm like, oh great. This is just. So the whole time he's been at the Abbey, I've been scared to death.
Yeah.
And then watching the change in him through the Abbey, I was like, we're good to go. He's fine now. He knows. And it's amazing that he knows that he's mentally ill now. He'll ask for his meds. And before you couldn't get him to even sit at a table to eat. He didn't even know what food was. That's how bad he was. He was bad. But, I asked Branstad to go and be admitted on a Friday night and see how long it takes him just to find a hospital bed in Iowa. He won't. I had a family contact me. They wouldn't give me their name. They were at the University of Iowa Hospital. It took 2 days to find a bed. It was in Davenport. They told me that. The legal hold was up Monday morning at 8 o'clock. They let her go at 8 o'clock. She's 18, so they opened the door and let her out, and her family hasn't been able to find her since.
Oh, no.
She's suicidal. And I haven't heard back from the family. But I've been looking on the internet to see if anybody's died. I haven't seen anything yet. But mental illness in Iowa is scary. Unless you have a good community like I do, you're screwed. Lynn County, I feel sorry for you guys. Don't get mentally ill in this county because you're going to get screwed. There's going to be nothing here.
Yeah, it's going to be out in the streets or in prison.
Well, they're already putting them back in prison. That's your sign right there.
It's
When you fall apart.
in Iowa.
That's just our mental health care.
It is our mental health care system. Sad.
Yep. But I got to get back. It's his birthday, so I want to spend some time with him.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thanks, guys.